Hey everyone, welcome to our place where we highlight the amazing people of Leslie County from the past, present, and the future. I'm your host, Maddie Huff, along with
Ollie Napier and Ethan Himmel. Today we are speaking with the iconic Leslie County principal, the one, the only, Miss Merlene Lewis.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So, the world needs to know, how do you get your hair so big?
Hairspray and lots of it. The more, the stiffer it is, the better I like it. I can recommend some brands if you need me to. Bedhead's my favorite.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question that we have is how have the test scores met your expectations?
The test scores this year have exceeded my expectations. I knew that we've got great kids, great teachers, and knew that we'd do well, but being ranked 12th in the state among several independent high schools was more than I could have hoped for. But I think our test scores every year show the hard work that goes on here at the school. But I think we couldn't have those scores if the kids didn't give everything they had and the teachers didn't as well. So all of the glory goes to both our teachers and our students.
How has education changed since you first started teaching?
Daylight and dark. I've been at it a long time. This is my 37th year in education, and when I first started, I probably had some of your all's parents along the way, not yours. Holly's mom was my college roommate. But I did have, some of your all's parents and probably older siblings and aunts and uncles and all that. I found, as time has went on, I feel like kids still possess a lot of the same lovable qualities that I've always seen. Eager to learn, kind-hearted. Kids here are good to one another, I feel like, more so than I've seen in a lot of other places. And that's because we care about one another, and we're like a school family, and I think that makes a big difference. But I have found the biggest change I've seen is since COVID. Since COVID, we've had a lot of trouble, and I think everybody and every principal in the state would agree, just getting our kids back to where they were as far as the value of coming to school every day, the value of hard work in the classroom, more so than what they experienced while they were learning virtually. I think that we sort of lost sight of, while we were virtual, of how important it is to be in person in school with peers every single day interacting. I have found, and you all may disagree with me, and I may get roasted for this, but it's my feelings. I think that students and kids today, they expect a lot more leniency and a lot more leeway, and there's a lot more entitlement with kids than when I first started. When I first started, it was spare the rod, spoil the child type mentality. We could paddle back in the day when I first started, and I did. And we didn't have to ask parents for permission to do so. And of course that went out, and it may have needed to do so. But today, in today's world, I feel like there needs to be a lot more tough love with kids than what they see sometimes. I'm the person who will give that. So sometimes I get a bad rap for it, but that's who I am, that's how I'll be till I retire. And I don't know when that'll be before you all ask that question. I may stay forever, I don't know.
Please stay
I'll
forever.
listen to that.
What do the current test scores mean for Leslie County High School?
I think that what it means, I think first and foremost is that people in the state, the view that they sometimes have about where we live, in Eastern Kentucky, Appalachia, sometimes we're stereotyped and we are not seen for our worth in a lot of other places. And I think those test scores, which are statewide, they put us they see that we're on a level playing field with them as far as what our kids here can do. We have the best kids in the state right here at this school, without a doubt. And I think those test scores shout that out loud statewide.
What do you feel like contributes the most to test scores?
Hard work. Hard work on both ends. Hard work on students, hard work for staff. And parents, listen to parents too, send your kid to school every day. Sometimes when you have to fight to get them here, sometimes that takes it takes a lot. So I think it's a school community effort that has got us where we are, and I think that's who we owe the gratitude to.
I want to ask, what is the significance of the KSA scores that make them so important?
It tells us as a staff, I feel like I can look at those scores and I can tell as a school where we are exceeding expectations, and I can also see where we are failing as far as our subject areas and where we need more work. That's why we have more than one math class. So kids will in several years going through the high school, because the test data tells me that. That's what we need. If you look into the data, it'll tell you everything. It'll help guide you as far as instruction, what classes needs to be offered, what students need to be where, who needs extra help in what. So that's what I take from the test scores.
What are your goals for this school year?
Well, for number 12 this year, I want to be number 1 next year. So there you go. That's how I roll.
Our last question is, what do you think sets us apart from the other schools surrounding us?
My kids. The kids here are awesome. In every way. I'm always proud of student body here. When they go to other schools to play different sports or in pep sections in different places, they know how to act, and they always make me proud to say that they are from Leslie County High School. And that our most important thing we possess at this school is the kind of kids that we have. It sets us apart.
Well, we know that you have a very busy schedule, but we want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to be on this podcast, and we very much appreciate it.
I'm very happy to be here, and thank you all.
This has been another episode of
Our
Place.